Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 18, titled Find Me. I just said those words with a pretty big smile on my face because I am so happy The Walking Dead is back. It's been a while since we've done one of these trailer breakdowns, like one of these next week on The Walking Dead trailer breakdowns. I know there's been trailers here and there, but one of these, like, what we're going to be getting next week. So really excited to talk about this trailer. It's a bit of like a brand new type of trailer they're doing. They have like commentary also from the cast, or it's Norman Reedus in this one, but it's really cool because it gives us like an insight on the episode. So yeah, we're gonna go through the trailer, break it down shot by shot, talk about what the characters are saying, what's gonna happen, and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, general spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up or anything like that with the show. And if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of Walking Dead content coming up. I have a video coming out a little bit later talking about the final season, some news we got about that, which is pretty exciting. So again, be sure to subscribe if you're a fan of the show. But other than that, let's get into the trailer. Alright, so as usual, we're going to go ahead and read the title and the synopsis for the episode. So the title is Find Me, and the synopsis says, An adventure for Daryl and Carol turns sideways when they come across an old cabin. It takes Daryl back to the days where we left the group after Rick disappeared, as we relives the time that only the apocalypse could manifest. So, we are probably going to be getting some flashbacks. We're going to be seeing those in the trailer. And we're going to be getting a brand new character, Leah. There's a lot to talk about there. So diving into this trailer, the first thing we see here is we do see Carol and Daryl. So it looks like they're going to be spending some time together in this episode. We see them walking down this path. I'm unsure if it's going to be only those two in this episode. Well, we know we're going to get like brand new character Leah from the trailer, but I'm wondering if we're going to get anyone else in the episode, because last episode Daryl was with Maggie, and in this episode he's with Carol. So maybe they're out scavenging, or maybe they're out looking for someone. So we'll see what's up with that. But we have Carol and Daryl talking here, and Carol says that I'm not sorry for going back to their horde. I'm not sorry for making Alpha pay for killing Henry because I was right. So I gotta say, I do like her confidence. It seems like people are still upset, or like even around the community, people are upset about what she did. Going behind their backs and, letting Negan out, and he killed Negan. That for some reason angered some people. Well, I don't think anyone is upset that they're done with the Whisperers, but I think they're more upset about her releasing Negan and doing things without talking to the group. And now it's going to cause a big problem because Maggie's back, and she, or like Carol made that promise with Negan. And I think this is definitely going to build up because if I remember correctly, when they were talking about that finale where we're getting the Negan flashbacks, they said something about Carol's the one who took Negan away and on some journey or some journey, and he was thinking about his past. So we'll save that, for another video. But this tension between the community, or people in the community, and Carol, I think is going to split up, or build up. I mean, not split up. Hopefully nobody splits up. Although it does seem like Carol and Daryl are going to be getting in an argument in this episode, and they might even split up for a little bit, because that's the next part of the trailer. Daryl says, so that's all that matters, you being right. So Daryl, remember, he had that conversation with Maggie, and she was upset about it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Daryl has to pick a side. We'll see if a lot of the people might have to pick a side. Whether are we gonna keep Negan, here, or are we gonna, put him back inside? So we'll see what happens. I would imagine that it's not that hard to decide, right? Like, I don't know. We'll see if there even is going to be a debate among the people in the communities, or Negan is just going to be like, you know what, I'm leaving. And maybe that's what's going to happen. Like, maybe they'll say that, Negan, you have to go back in the cell. That's what we decide on. And then instead of doing that, he just wants to leave, maybe. We'll see. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. But this is where we get that new part of the trailer, which we usually don't get these stuff in the trailers, but we have Norman Reedus here, and he's talking a little bit about Daryl and Carol, and he does tell us that Daryl and Carol are going to be having a fight. So this is the part where we get some commentary from Norman Reedus, and he basically tells us that him and or like Carol and Daryl are arguing, and he says that sometimes it's challenging. I'm paraphrasing here, obviously. I just watched the video and then I took down some notes, but he said something along the lines of sometimes it can be challenging to play moments like this because of how close he and Melissa are, and I'm assuming he means like moments like this where Carol and Daryl are not on the same side and they're arguing, because most of the time they are on the same side. They're really friendly and stuff like that, and I think even though they are a little bit contentious, like I still think they're gonna, be friendly, and nothing serious is gonna happen. I mean, they're getting a spin-off, right? So nothing serious probably is gonna happen, but we do see some scenes. We actually do see some scenes of Carol kind of having a good time. I think Daryl is more of the one who's upset. Like, Carol's catching a fish here, and she has a big smile on her face, and Daryl just looks grumpy. Here's another one of them on the motorcycle, and she has like a smile on her face. So I think Carol is obviously in like a good, happy mood that everything's done with the whispers, while Daryl is sort of like annoyed that she did it the way she did, and now Maggie's back and they're gonna have problems with Negan. So I don't know, it's a little funny, I can't lie, kind of looking at it from Carol's perspective of just like not caring and having fun, but we'll see where this goes from now. And here, like, I think she was like trying to build a rod, and she's like talking to Daryl, and she's like, say it, and Daryl's like, what? It's like, you don't think I'm doing this right? Why don't you just do it yourself? So yeah, it looks like they're just spending some time together, and Daryl's just like angry at her. Again, I don't think it's gonna be anything too serious, more of just like Daryl's frustrated and trying to get her to maybe, well, I don't think she would take back the promise she made with Negan, because again, like I said in the beginning of the video earlier, I feel like if maybe that's the reason Negan leaves in the first place, because they just sort of come to the conclusion that, okay, this tension is not going to get solved, we're just going to put Negan back in a cell. And Negan is like, nope, I'm not going back in there, I'd rather just leave, or something like that. So the next part that Norman says is really interesting. So he says Carol finds out this episode what happened while Daryl was out looking for Rick, and there might be a little something that Daryl left out. So this is what really catches my attention, because after that we get to have that scene in the trailer, or we get to get some flashback scenes. And I'm assuming they're flashback scenes because Daryl, we can see him here wearing something totally different than the flashback scene. So he's putting up a map, and which, first of all, I want to talk about that because it shows like how much he really was looking for Rick. And I could talk a lot about this. I mean, I could even make a separate video about this, and I might make it in the future. But what I'm trying to say is that I love this scene because it just, to me, it further proves that Daryl and Rick should reunite. Like, if they're including these flashbacks of Daryl looking for Rick, and they're having it to this detail where he has like a map, I mean, why would they not reunite? It doesn't have to happen, tomorrow. It doesn't have to happen in the season finale. It doesn't have to happen in the series finale. It could happen in a movie or something. It could happen in Daryl's spinoff. But all I'm saying is that this further proves to me that these two need to have a reunion. You guys let me know what you think about that. But yeah, continuing on. So he was talking about that secret that he's keeping from Carol. And I believe the secret is Leah. And I think there's going to be something going on between Leah and Daryl. And we have her here pointing the shotgun at Daryl, and he puts his hands up. So it looks like this scene between Daryl and Leah, it's going to be a flashback. So that was interesting, because when they first released the images, I thought it was like a brand new character in the show. And she might still be around. You never know for sure. I mean, it has been like 6 years since those moments, I think. The timeline is a little bit confusing, but I would say like, roughly around 6 years. And that's what we're seeing, the gaps in between that big time jump. So we'll see what happens to her, but the secret that she's saying, that she kept a little something, a little something that Daryl left out. What do you guys think it is? I think it may have to do with them possibly being like a couple. Well, I don't know if I'd say a couple, but like them being together, which, I mean, Carol and Daryl aren't really together. I know everyone is waiting for them to be together, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I think about that, I feel like maybe that's something that would happen, and that is something that a lot of people were talking about, that Leah would be like, someone Daryl, finally gets in a relationship or something with. But why would that be something that Daryl left out? Like, would Carol really care? I mean, it's nice to know because they're best friends, but it's not like they were dating or anything like that. You know, Carol was with Ezekiel. So you guys let me know what you think. Um, but that's the thing that kind of jumps out at me is that it's probably like, them being together. But on the same level, like, why would that be such a big deal to Carol? But again, they are best friends, so maybe Daryl thought that Carol deserves to know, and he never ended up telling her. But we'll see where that goes because the trailer and the way Norman says it definitely makes it seem like it's gonna have some repercussions. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe it has nothing to do with Daryl and Leah being together. Maybe it's something totally different. But that's what I'm sort of leaning towards. Again, you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. But that was the trailer we got. Really awesome trailer. I like the new kind of trailer thing you're doing where we're getting like insights from the cast. So that was really cool. Very excited for this episode. Excited to see the flashbacks of Daryl looking for Rick. And I want to see what's up with Leah and all that kind of stuff. So really excited for this episode. Again, we have a lot of Walking Dead videos coming out throughout the week. And, since The Walking Dead is back, just like a lot of Walking Dead videos in general. So be sure to subscribe if you're a fan of the show. That being said, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Again, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.